Hello and welcome to News Bharati. Today we are going to talk about upcoming Punjab elections. As we all know, Punjab is not a big state, it's relatively a small state. It only sends about 14 Lok Sabha MPs and it has 117 assembly constituencies. Having said that, it has a huge impact culturally and even demographically all around India. Punjabi culture, Punjabi people, Punjabi language, it all dominates Indian culture at large. Because of that, and especially this particular upcoming 2022 assembly election, that election, because of the entire farm movement, then the farm laws being retracted, because of all of that, and then the recent incident of PM security being breached in Fatehpur. Because of all of this, Punjab election has gained weight politically more than it deserves. I don't mean to disrespect Punjab or in any way, but all I'm saying is it does not have the enough weightage as much as it is getting in media. There are various reasons. Firstly, Punjab is a border state. Punjab was one of the state which was partitioned. Even today, West Punjab, which was partitioned with Pakistan, that is the biggest state of the entire country of Pakistan. Around 60% of Pakistan's population is Punjabi population, and in the East Punjab, erstwhile East Punjab. Now, Punjab, the state of Punjab that is today with India, is a very small state because Haryana and Himachal Pradesh are different states, not part of Punjab. Because of that, Punjab's political influence in terms of its the number of MPs it sends, the number of Rajya Sabha MPs it sends, all that is very small. But as I said, the cultural influence of Punjab as a language and all is huge. Now, this particular election is going to be very interesting because of several reasons. Firstly, the Chief Minister who was there for 4.5 years, Amrinder Singh, he left his own party, Congress party, he resigned from Congress party and then now has formed his own party. Not just that he has formed his own party, but he has now officially formed an alliance with BJP. Because of that, this upcoming election is going to be very interesting. Apart from that, Punjab has a unique information about itself, which not everybody knows. That is that Punjab has over 30% Dalit population. Average Dalit population in India is around 17 to 18%, depending. We are talking about 2011 census figures. That might have increased, but it's around 17 or 18%. In Punjab, it is over 30%. Because of that, Punjab's Dalit population has always been subjected to a sort of dominant OBC caste and especially dominant Jat caste. Because if you go in Punjab, in today's Punjab, especially the Jat Sikhs, they are extremely dominant. They have money power, they have muscle power, they hold maximum amount of land, they are politically influential. Because of all of these reasons, the Dalit population always gets a lot of backlash from the OBC population and the Jat population. Especially Dalit population, because it doesn't matter if you are upper caste, if your population is small, it doesn't matter. The OBC population rarely dominates the upper caste, socially, financially, on those regions. Politically they might, but because the upper caste has so much financial backing generally, I'm speaking generally, then it doesn't affect the upper caste population that much. But because of that reason, Dalit population gets more and more marginalized. Now for the first time, Congress party has nominated, and I'm deliberately using the word nominated because he wasn't elected to be the chief minister, but Congress party has now nominated a Dalit chief minister in Charanjit Singh Channi. Now Charanjit Singh Channi, since his day one in the office, he has been undermined by now Congress president, Punjab Congress party president Navjot Singh Sidhu, who again we all know used to be with BJP. Before that he used to be a famous cricketer for Indian team. He has been undermining Charanjit Singh Channi from day one. He appointed his own people, especially the Punjab DGP. Because of all of these reasons, Charanjit Singh Channi is not a leader in his own might or even in his own right. Because of all these, there are two perceptions going on in Punjab right now. One is that Congress is giving what the Dalit population deserves, a chief ministerial position because they have more than 30% population. On the other hand, you have a picture where a Jat Sikh in Navjot Singh Sidhu dominating the Dalit chief minister. These are two perceptions that are there in Punjab. Now, it would be too early, and this is literally the first video on Punjab that we are making. It would be too early to comment on what will happen, what is the situation about all the parties, but at least what the current situation is, especially with the government, is something that we can talk about, and that is the situation. That these are at least the perceptions. Now, talking about Amrinder Singh, because Amrinder Singh, as I said, was the chief minister around 4 months ago. He left Congress. He left Congress because, as he said, he was humiliated. He said that both the Gandhi children, the Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi, they are like my own kids. And it's true, because Amrinder Singh and Rajiv Gandhi, ex-Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, they were very close friends. Because of all these family relations, he was even more hurt. The treatment that he got because of all that, he was even more hurt. Now, because he was hurt, and as it is being said that he was the main force behind farm agitation, farmers movement, because as you all know that Punjab was the main state which was fueling financially, even politically, muscle power wise. The farmers movement was backed by the state of Punjab, and in that state of Punjab, the chief minister of Punjab, which was Amrinder Singh, he was backing that movement. Now that very same person has gone and he's now in alliance with the BJP, which essentially brought all those farm laws, which the farm movement was against. Because of this, the farm movement itself has lost its momentum. And then, of course, we all know that Prime Minister came live on television, and then he retracted all three farm laws. But apart from that, there is one more development that happened. That is Sanyukta Kisan Morcha. They formed an alliance. They were about to form an alliance with Aam Aadmi Party, but that did not happen. Now, there are two things that happened in that same sequence of event. One is that the news got out that Sanyukta Kisan Morcha was in talks with Aam Aadmi Party. So everyone that was in that farmers movement, they thought that we don't want to vote for Aam Aadmi Party, we might be voting for Congress. So now they think that their entire farmers movement is being hijacked by Aam Aadmi Party, which is not something they intended to be happening. Now, because of all of this, and the second development that happened in that same sequence of event is that did not fructify. Because of that, they are getting blamed for trying to align with Aam Aadmi Party, and then they are not even getting any political benefit out of that possible alliance. That has weakened Aam Aadmi Party a lot. This might create another possibility of hung assembly, which everyone thought would happen in 2017 but did not happen, because Amrinder Singh was there and he is the tallest, at least he was at that time the tallest leader of Punjab. Now it would be interesting to see what happens in 2022 elections. We will follow up on that, but this is the situation as it stands today.